Assalamu alaikum, good afternoon, Manakkam. It is my proud privilege to address this August gathering in this fine afternoon. I came to, yes, no, not for, I came from West Bengal, but our West Bengal state is alphabetically, it is two letters prior to the West Bengal, in everywhere. Parliament also, our West Bengal is called in the letter on. Most of the speakers spoke about Bangalore, Kerala and everything, but our West Bengal is, like just Professor Vice Chancellor Khan Sahib reminded me, and you know very well that India is one of the largest democracies in the world, and minorities, and we are the Indian Muslim minorities in the third position after Indonesia, Pakistan, thereafter India. The larger section of population of India, in contrast, is non-Muslim, but Muslim population is still the third largest in the world, following Indonesia and Pakistan. India has one of the, our Dr. Shahid Sahib had presented one thing. I like to say that in our West Bengal, our theme is socially how to empower the minorities socially and economically. Social and economical empowerment came through the public social entitlement, like through grant, etc. In one of the training at our our administrative training center, Salt Lake, one of the police officers asked me, "Sir, your Muslim population, why they are begging for that?" I am like, it is ridiculous, your proposal. That is not correct. Islam prohibits begging. But whenever any grant is given by the government, that is not the begging. That is the social entitlement of the population, of the minority population. You know very well, in our West Bengal, we are giving through MSDB scheme 20 lakhs students, we are giving the scheme or the scholarship. No other state in India, I like to say, that provided such type of scholarship to the students. Empowerment means to uplift the Muslim minorities. How to socially, economically. You know, I being a chairman, I had roam about 19 districts of our West Bengal. I had seen the plights of the people in one school. We are talking about technology here, the digital technology, everything. In one student, 700 students are there. Only one teacher is there. And that teacher has to provide the midday meal as per the Prime Minister 15-point program. If the teacher can provide midday meal to the 700 students, then how they can impart the technology and digital program to that students? There is that problem. Not a single, since our inception of our commission, since 1994, no chairman has ever visited our district like Bankura and Purulia. I being the chairman, I had visited in the month of October, and I had heard the plight of the Muslim minorities, that no representation is there. Political upliftment is certainly there. Out of 38 Jala Parishad member, not a single Muslim minority was there. Bankura also, Siliguri also, that is the other thing. Our question here the problem is how to develop how to empower the Muslim minorities economically. In order to analyze the socio-economic condition and political representation of the Muslims, many broad indicators can be utilized, but it is reported that there is dearth of data on Indian Muslims. Unfortunately, however, the leading data collection agencies in the country, namely the Registrar General Office and the National Sample Survey, do not provide data by religion on grounds of political consideration. Though the data is available with them, we know very well, distinguished guests, you know very well that Article 14 is there. We are claiming that equality. We are getting proper equality. I raised that point in our National Commission meeting at Bengal Bhavan day before, last year prior to that, in the year 2002, that 20 years are going to be elapsed tomorrow. Our Honorable Apex Court Justices opine that demolition of a 400 century old shrine, that is not the national crime. I raised that point. What is the national crime? Why the charge sheet has not been framed? Yes, that was highly acclaimed by our other commissions. Educational level. You know very well what is the educational rate of the literacy in our country. Leaving aside your Bangalore, leaving aside Kerala, leaving aside what about the seven provinces, Jharkhand, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh, PACs, one organization, NGOs, they are PAC, poorest area community cultural development center, they are making those, they are reviewing out. But our learned teachers, he had made survey, Kerala, Rajasthan and Bangalore, but not a single speaker has ever lost any attempt to go to the Bengal or Jharkhand. What is the plight of the... I can say, I being a registrar of the Honorable High Court, Circuit Bench at Andaman, the condition of the living condition of the Andaman people are more better than the Bengali peoples. Anywhere. We are claiming that they are the Qaidis, but their standard of living is too high than Bengal, than Jharkhand, than Bihar. One of the... Yes, our Khan Sahib has come. I can rise. Our National Commission for Minorities, last 2 months ago, one topic was there. Nitish Kumar ji had come, was the guest. Idea of India. We are the Indian people. We respect our Indian democracy, sovereign socialist, secular democratic republic. But India is among the unity in diversity. यहाँ सब लोग को मिलजुल के रहने होना चाहिए. कोई यो अपर हैंड लेके रहेगा जो हम यहाँ एक होगा वो नहीं है. कोई किसी को जो हो गया टू नेशन थ्योरी होर को जो हो गया वो दूसरा बात है. अभी हम लोग जो इंडिया में जो है, हम लोग को ये ध्यान करना चाहिए जो हम लोग यहाँ हर जगह में, हर चीज़ में हम लोग का हिस्सा है. हम लोग यहाँ कोई सबऑर्डिनेट किसी का नहीं, किसी का एजेंट किसी का नहीं. आई लाइक टू से खान साहब वन थिंग जे Article 21A has been amended after 67 of your independence in the year 2002. Right to education has become the fundamental right. And by Amendment 86 of this Indian Constitution in the year 2002, and that has come into force in the year 2009. 7 years it took. You know very well that our first India's independence education minister Maulana Abul Kalam Azad had proposed that each and every student must get education within the age group of 6 to 14, and it took about 67 years to bring the act in the year 2009. I have got bitter experience. Right to Education Act provides that section 3 provides that if any institution is situated within any Muslim dominated area, the Right to Education Act says so that the girl or boys, they must be got admitted to that school. In our Bardhaman, one school, Harisabha school, you know very well, one newspaper is copying. That thing is that school is situated within the Muslim dominated area, but the Muslim girls, they are not allowed to get admission to that school. What is the plea? That is the plea, that is the trust body that in the 1994, I took up that, I being a chairman, I called that school headmaster, DI, DM, SP, all appear before me. That is their trust. This is the plight. This is happening. That yes. Prevention, prosecution, rehabilitation. You know very well, our Prime Minister's program, ICDS, under MSDP, Multi-Sectoral Development Project, a huge crores of rupees are spending for that development of the countries. But yeah, one of the teacher opined that most of the educated Muslim persons, they do not know about the projects of the 15-point programs. What is ICDC? What is Indira Awas Yojana? What is Rajiv Gandhi Yojana? What is Swarna Jayanti Yojana? They do not know about it. So our duty is to apprise of our poor countrymen. Then our country will be, yes. Thank you to all of you. Khuda Hafiz. Namaskar. Namaste.